Stephanie here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to surf. As you know, in my commentaries I use surf, and so a lot of people will in the future ask me how how to surf. So I will teach them right now so that people don't ask. So this is how to surf in CSGO. First, the concept of surfing is you get more speed by sliding some sort of ramps, you know what I mean. So basically what happens is as you slide through these ramps, your speed will start getting up. So what will happen is your speed will get up, you will start going faster. You can do this in certain Valve official maps, but it's not recommended because it's just there's one or two like really tiny ramps. You can do these in competitive matches, but it will not help a lot. Now, people do this for fun, as it's pretty fun to do this, as you see as I'm doing here. Oh my god, I failed, but you know what I mean, because I went too much speed, but that's cool, okay? So basically, this is just for fun, but I'll still teach you. So, surfing, as I said, gives you more speed. So as you progress, as you slide more in the ramps, you will get more speed. Now, first thing you have to know, your movements. Your movements while you surf has to be really smooth. So you can't just turn like that. You'll lose a lot of speed. So what you want to do, as you're seeing right here, is you want to be really smooth. So your movements have to be almost not unnoticeable, but your movements have to have almost no cracks. So basically as it was just one single stroke. So you can't do things like start snapping to things, as it will not work. So what will happen is you'll lose a lot of speed and you will not get where you want. So let's start the tutorial. So basically, to surf, what you need to do is first, I'll show this map. This is one of my favorite maps. What you have to do is click to the opposite. So this is you never touch W or S. What will happen if you touch S is this. You'll stop right in the middle. You'll just stop. And W will make nothing. You'll just slide off. I'm clicking W and you do nothing. Now you can surf like this, but that's really inconvenient. Like you can see anything and you lose a lot of speed. Now, so as I said, first of all, what you have to do to surf is click the opposite key of the ramp's inclination. So not of the ramp inclination. Imagine ramps in these maps of surf are always like this. There's almost a triangle like that. Basically what happens in these triangles is if you just jump in, nothing will happen. You'll just you see my speed go up. Yeah, that's my speed. It just goes up, but I don't proceed through the map. So basically what has to happen is you have to, if you go in the right side, to go right you click D, right? To go left you click A, right? So if you click the opposite key of the right side, so the ramp you're going, so A in this case, this is what will happen. You'll slide a little bit, like from there. You see my speed go up? Yes. Now, what you want to do now is synchronize your mouse movement with your keyboard movement. So basically what will happen is you have to move in the air also, so maybe something like this. You see I move in the air. Now, what you have to do to move in the air is synchronize your mouse movement with your keyboard movement. So what will happen if you want to go forwards? you keep pressing the opposite key of the ramp side, and you just point your cursor from to wherever you want to go. Now, as you see this ramp, when you do this, it has like a little gap here, you know. So this gap. So what will happen is this gap. This is what will happen. You will you will just crash into that, and you'll stop basically. Oh, that's why you have to move in the air. Sorry, that's why you have to move in the air. So how you do to move in the air is you do what I said, and basically what you have to do there is what happens. So what you have to do here is click the opposite key. Then okay, let me explain this in slow motion almost. So you here, so you go like that, right there, and then what happens is so when you are strafing, I'll explain you. So this movement is called strafe, and this is strafing. You saw I started on that line and I got here. Now look at my speed in the down there. Now, as you can notice, my speed when I do this is it gets higher than 250, which is the maximum speed you can run with a knife. So this, it goes almost to 300. Now, you can use this strafe in surfing. So basically, what you can do is in the air you are always pressing a key. So basically, what happens is you synchronize. As you see, I will explain you how to strafe. So you press W, you jump, and as soon as you jump, you press the key from where you want to go. So if you want to go right, you press D. If you want to go left, you press A. What you do is you jump, and then with your mouse, you do like this to you look to the place you want to go smoothly also, because if you do like this it won't work, or like this you can't just, this is not a strafe like this, it will not work, it will not work as good as another one would work. So what would have to happen is this smoothly, so this. I see how when I'm in the air, I'm pressing D, right? Now, what happens here in the surf, you press the right key, so you press, I'll tell you. So, in the screen it will appear what I'm clicking. So, A, D, A, you see that? So, I'll show you again. I'm pressing A, then D, then A. You don't have to do this necessary thing, but it works. So A, D, A, and you pass it, right? Now, this is another thing that's in most of these servers of surf, is bunny hop. So you just keep pressing space, you just have the space bar always jumping, you just press it, you just don't let it go. And what happens is you're constantly jump, and what you can do with this is b-hop, so like this. So you can you gain more speed because there's no speed limit. Then you go A, and that was it. Now A, D, A, D, A, like that. You see, it's easy. It all, obviously, like everything in the world, it takes time to master, but once you get it, it's easy. It's not that hard to surf. All you have to do is be a little bit surfing for a little bit of time, and you'll get the hang of it. It's pretty much just the concept of using speed, so using strafes almost to get more speed. I'll explain this. So you have to be smooth. I'll touch this. This is very, very important. You have to be smooth to get more speed. if I am not smooth, I'm not gonna get enough speed, so I'm gonna show you. If I just do like this, imagine just like this, so you go, you see my speed? It's not gonna let you there. Now, another aspect about this is the flick. So in the end of a ramp, I'll show you in a more simple level, the flick. In the end, you have to do something like a flick, you know, to jump as fast as you can. So you do it, the thing, I told you how to, and then you flick, and you go higher, and you go with more speed. You don't only in the end, because if you flick in the middle, you'll just lose all your speed, you see. This is why you have to be smooth. You just be smooth like this, then flick, you see. Now this is not necessary. This flick will give you speed, but you don't need this speed most of the times. If you want that extra speed, you will do that flick. You see, now I had to do the flick when you have short surface area to surf on, but you have to do, to get a lot of speed, you need to flick. Now in the air you are almost always pressing a key, so I will show you. So right now I'm pressing A, D, A, still pressing A, D, A, and boom, I'm in the next level. A, D, D. You see, when I want to synchronize my mouse movement with my keyboard presses, so as I press to go left, as I press D, you know, you have to move your character D, because if you do any of these alone, so basically if you only do this, so with your mouse, nothing will happen. If you do it your keyboard without looking, almost nothing will happen also. Nothing. And I was pressing. Now, if you combine these two, so like this, as you see, I move in the air. Now, you will perfect this with time, as everything I said in this video, but long story short, what you have to do is basically be smooth with your movements. You have to synchronize your keyboard and mouse movements, and that's basically it. All you have to do next is press the opposite key of the side of the ramp, and you're good to go. Now, people who surf better, basically what they do is they get smoother doing it, is they get a lot of things, like, you see, people who are better at the game, not at the game, people who are better at surfing usually have a lot of time in it, so you don't hope you're just going to get it right off, or right off the bat, so you have to train a little bit, you have to spend some time on this, or else you'll not get anywhere. Like anything in life, if you don't practice, you will not achieve anything. So you see, this is almost like imagine a competitive match, normal competitive match. Global, you've seen the hours people have on their accounts, like global elites and things like that. They all have thousands and thousands of hours, and if you compare their skill level with someone with like 100 hours, it will be completely different. The more time you spend on things, the better you get at it, and it's natural. It happens with everything and everyone, almost everyone at least. What happens is, if you train, the more you do it, the best you'll get at it. And basically that's it I had to say for this video. This is how to surf, and goodbye.